The crashed B-52 was not an ordinary bomber. This aircraft was part of the U.S. Air Force's modernization program and was equipped with a new AESA radar system. The goal of this project was to extend the B-52's operational life into the 2050s. On the morning of the incident, the aircraft took off from Edwards Runway for a test flight. Everything seemed normal at first. But only a short time later, conditions changed suddenly. Flight data shows the aircraft made an unusual turn and then began losing altitude at a very high speed. The rate of descent exceeded 5,000 feet per minute, a number considered extremely dangerous for such an aircraft. A few seconds later, the bomber struck the ground and a massive explosion occurred. A huge column of black smoke and fire was visible from kilometers away. The force of the impact was so severe that U.S. officials quickly announced the accident was unsurvivable and none of the crew had a chance to survive. But what was the cause of the crash? At the time of making this video, the official investigation is still ongoing and may take months to produce a final conclusion. However, experts have proposed several important hypotheses. The first possibility is a defect in the flight control system. Some specialists believe that one of the aircraft's control surfaces, such as the horizontal or vertical stabilizer, may not have functioned properly. If that were the case, even the most experienced pilot might not have been able to control the aircraft. The second hypothesis concerns the aircraft's engines. The B-52 has 8 jet engines, and a sudden loss of thrust could upset the aircraft's balance. However, so far, no official evidence of an engine explosion or fire prior to the crash has been released. The third scenario is a defect in the new test equipment. This aircraft was flying to test upgraded systems, and some experts suggest that a malfunction in a newly installed system may have played a role in the accident. But perhaps the most concerning hypothesis relates to the aircraft's advanced age. The youngest operational B-52s in the U.S. Air Force date back to the 1960s. That means some of these aircraft are over 60 years old. Although these bombers have been rebuilt and modernized many times, parts of their original structure remain extremely old. Some experts suggest that a sudden structural failure may have caused the loss of control. But the important difference in the 2026 incident is that so far, no evidence of dangerous maneuvers or clear pilot error has been reported, and the investigation is focusing more on technical failure. Now, investigative teams from the U.S. Air Force, Boeing, and flight safety experts are examining flight recorders and the aircraft wreckage. The expected results are to be released in the coming months. The crash of this B-52 has once again raised an important question. Can aircraft whose design roots date back to the Cold War era be kept in service until the middle of the 21st century? Or is this accident a sign of the limitations of an aging fleet that still forms the backbone of America's bomber power? The answer to this question may become clear with the release of the final report. But what is already clear is that the 2026 B-52 crash is one of the most significant and deadliest incidents in contemporary history of the U.S. Air Force.